over TikTok, all over Instagram, and it is just a big move that's happening in the world right now. And
especially the church.
Yes, and especially the church, but also there's like false, I guess, just replications of this, and it is what? 3, 2, 1. Deliverance.
One of our favorite topics to talk about,
Yeah.
and something we're very passionate about. It is heavily spoken about in the Bible.
Yes.
Jesus did a lot of deliverances, and it's something that we still have available today. So
we will be addressing a couple of your questions that you might have. So what is deliverance? I think it's important to really focus on what it is, so you know a biblical understanding of deliverance itself. You ready to start?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's start. I wanted to start off just because a lot of us might be unfamiliar with what it is. Starting off by defining what deliverance is, and then we can go into more detail about how it might look getting delivered and how it looked when Jesus was delivering people. So just right off the bat, we know that God is our deliverer, right? He says so in the Bible.
Yes.
And so deliverance is, I have a definition here, defined as a rescue from bondage or danger, right? So it's any act where God rescues his people from danger or evil or anything that might not be, rescuing them from trouble, really, right? So he rescues us from bad people. He rescues us from our enemies, rescues us from death. King David talks about this a lot, and you see him do it over and over again for people. Hebrews, how he delivered them out of the hands of Egypt, right? Because they were being abused there and they were in slavery. And so even still, by God's power, he is able to save us from evil, like deliver us from evil. And nowadays, a basic example of it would be God delivering us from a bad situation. Like, if I don't have money for rent, and it's just going to be a bad situation because I am going to get kicked out, then he makes a way for me to have money.
Yes.
Right? So a very basic, he delivered me from something bad. He does that. Second aspect of deliverance is when he delivers us from things we can't see. So talk about that a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, what is that? Who are the things that we can't see?
I think these are the deliverances that the church right now is really craving. We've opened up a lot of portals and access. We've given a lot of access to demonic spirits. Things that we don't see with our naked eyes. These like evil spirits cause you to have illnesses. They have you in bondage. Lots of spirits in the world, so you can't see them, but they are cast upon you. For example, the spirit of infirmity, the spirit of Jezebel, spirit of lust. You have the spirit of addiction to alcoholism, drugs, fornication. The spirit of Antichrist. You don't like anything that has to do with Christ. Jealousy, yes. Or the spirit of rejection. Let's say you can't find a job and you have qualifications for it. You just have no one is interested in you. You have a strong resume. You are under the spirit of rejection. And these spirits come into you from certain access that we've given them. I always say this about the spiritual realm is, let's say you open a door, like I have my house door right now. If I was to open it, once you open that door, you don't know what can come in and out. You don't get to pick what comes in and out. If there is a lizard outside, it's coming in. If there's a rat outside, it's coming in. Do I want those things to come in necessarily? No, I don't. But once I've opened the door, you can't control who's coming in and not. And so that's what we mean about things that you might need deliverance from, is these spirits that have come into your soul, into your mind, and now they're tormenting you. Let's say you have sleep paralysis. You walk during your sleep. These are signs that you are under bondage. And you might think that this is like a medical issue, or you might think that this is, something that's not
just normal.
it's just a sin, or it's just a sickness. Sorry, that's normal. It is really not.
And the good news is that Jesus came to set us free from bondage and sin and
deliver us.
And
so that's what we mean. What's what we talk about when we're talking about deliverance. So what do you need deliverance from? And so it's these types of things. It's bondages and strongholds that the enemy has placed in your life through certain things that you allow